4 major reasons households in forbearance won't lose their homes to foreclosure.
There has been a lot of discussion as to what will happen once the 2.3 million households currently in forbearance no longer have the protection of the program. Some assume there could potentially be millions of foreclosures ready to hit the market. However, there are 4 reasons that won't happen.
Before we start, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any real estate news and information here in Las Vegas and Henderson, Nevada. My name is Tom.
And my name is Shar. Stay tuned. The market right now is very confusing for a lot of people because of the housing market prices and extremely low inventory, to name a couple of reasons. Nobody really knows what's going to happen in the housing market. But one thing that we know for sure is that whatever happened in 2008 is not going to happen this time or in the near future. That is why we are here to talk about 4 major reasons households in forbearance won't lose their homes to foreclosure.
Number 1, almost 50% leave forbearance already caught up on payments, according to Mortgage Bankers Association. Data through March 28 shows that 48.9% of homeowners who have already left the program were current on their mortgage payments when they exited.
26.6% made their monthly payments during their forbearance period, and 4.7% brought past due payments to current. 7.6% paid off their loans in full. This doesn't mean that the over 2 million still in the plan will exit exactly the same way. It does, however, give us some insight into the possibilities.
Number 2, the banks don't want the houses back. Banks have learned lessons from the crash of 2008. Lending institutions don't want the headaches of managing foreclosed properties. This time, they're working with homeowners to help them stay in their houses. As an example, about 50% of the mortgages are backed by the Federal Housing Finance Agency. In 2008, the FHFA offered 208,000 homeowners some form of home retention action, which are options offered to a borrower who has the financial ability to enter a workout option and wants to stay in their home. Home retention options include temporary forbearances, repayment plans, loan modifications, or partial loan deferrals. These help delinquent borrowers stay in their homes. Over the past year, the FHFA has offered that same protection to over 1 million homeowners.
Today, almost all lending institutions are working with their borrowers. The report of the MBA reveals that of those homeowners who have left forbearance, 35.5% have worked out a repayment plan with their lender. 26.5% were granted a loan deferral, where a borrower does not have to pay the lender interest or principal on a loan for an agreed-to period of time. 9% were given a loan modifications.
Let's talk about number 3. There's no political will to foreclose on these households. The government also seems determined not to let individuals or families lose their homes. Bloomberg recently reported mortgage companies could face penalties if they don't take steps to prevent a deluge of foreclosures that threaten to hit the housing markets later this year. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau warning is tied to forbearance relief that's allowed millions of borrowers to delay their mortgage payments due to the pandemic. Mortgage servicers should start reaching out to the affected homeowners, now advise them on ways they can modify their loans.
The CFPB is proposing a new set of guidelines to ensure people will be able to retain their homes. Here are the major points in the proposal. The proposed rule would provide a special pre-foreclosure review period that would generally prohibit servicers from starting foreclosures until December 31st, 2021. The proposed rule would permit servicers to offer certain streamlined loan modification options to borrowers with COVID-19 related hardships based on the evaluation of an application. The proposal rule wants temporary changes to certain required servicer communications to make sure borrowers receive key information about their options at the appropriate time.
A final decision is yet to be made, and some do question whether the CFPB has the power to delay foreclosures. The entire report can be found at Protections for Borrowers Affected by the COVID-19 Emergency under the Real Estate Settlement Procedures Act, RESPA, Regulation X.
That's right. If all else fails, homeowners will sell their homes before a foreclosure. Homeowners have record levels of equity today. According to the latest CoreLogic Home Equity Report, the average equity of mortgage homes is currently $204,000. In addition, 38% of homes do not have mortgage, so the level of equity available to today's homeowners is significant.
Just like the banks, homeowners learned a lesson from the housing crash too. According to core logic, in the same way that grandparents and great-grandparents were shaped by the Great Depression, much of the public today remembers the 2006 mortgage meltdown and the foreclosures, unemployment, and bank failures it created. No one with any sense wants to repeat that experience, and it may explain why so much real estate equity remains mortgage-free.
What does that mean to the forbearance situation? According to Black Knight, just 1 in 10 homeowners in forbearance has less than 10% equity in their home. Typically, the minimum necessary to be able to sell through traditional real estate channels to avoid foreclosure.
Bottom line, the reports of massive foreclosures about to come to the market are highly exaggerated. As Ivy Zellman, Chief Executive Officer of Zellman & Associates, with roughly 30 years of experience covering housing and housing-related industries, recently said, the likelihood of us having a foreclosure crisis again is about 0%.
Zero! This is really great information. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and hit that bell. We are the Kaylor Group. Again, my name is Shar.
My name is Tom, serving the Las Vegas and Henderson, Nevada area. We are a husband and wife team.
2 is better than 1. Stay safe.
Thank you.